stars.
Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Los Angeles Lakers going up against the Dallas Mavericks here at their home, American Airlines Center. Hi, everyone. Here with analysts Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg. I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce, our reporter. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Klay Thompson.
And the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. That's not what you want, and I'm sure it's something he's well aware of.
And the Lakers starting five. Hayes is out there with LeBron James. Then it's Luka Doncic. Then it's Austin Reeves. And it's Hachimura in at the three. And for the Mavericks, Davis out there with Derek Lively. Then it's Washington. Then there's Spencer Dinwiddie. And it's Thompson in at the two. And Clark, for these two teams, a lot of their action runs through the front court.
You're exactly right, B.A., and I think that's where the game's going to ultimately be decided. I mean, we have to see which set of these bigs is going to impose their will, not just offensively, but defensively, too.
Now here's Dinwiddie. Pass to Davis. Into the lane. Comes up empty down low. Doncic against Dinwiddie, and Doncic the bucket on the assist by James.
That's the weight room strength of Doncic right there, fully displayed.
Dinwiddie passes to Davis. Sweet little floater.
Showing off with the floater game, not a shot you can swat.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Los Angeles. Here's James, and the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. It's going to be on Anthony Davis.
Bully ball. LeBron has been doing that since he stepped into the league.
Clark, it's special getting to call LeBron James games. How is the King still doing this at this age?
B.A., I think there are guys that come along every 30, 40 years that are just different than other guys, other players. And he's in that category. One of the all-time greats. And he's just been remarkable. Certainly DNA has a role in his longevity and excellence, but you got to give him a ton of credit. He's committed to being at a high level for a long time, and it's remarkable to watch him do what he's doing at this age.
Both free throws good from James. And Clark, what's incredible about LeBron? He makes as big of an impact off the court as he does on it.
B.A., I think it's going to be one of the great case studies when he's all done playing, how he's impacted the game and uplifted people across the country and world. He's a tremendous advocate for social justice. He's obviously a shrewd and successful businessman, and he's been a vocal leader who also leads by example. He's actually epitomizing the change he'd like to see in other folks and inspiring along the way.
Davis for the screen on Reeves. And he lobs it up top. It's stolen by Doncic. Reeves with the ball. Checked by Washington. Doesn't go, and he's 0 for 1 from the floor.
Well, you will not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim.
Oh, got that bucket in no time at all.
That was silky smooth there by Washington. Only takes him a few seconds to lock and load.
Doncic passes to James. They set a pick to the paint. Here's Reeves, and he dunks it down.
Boy, you got to love that assist by LeBron.
The Mavericks have gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. Dinwiddie against Doncic. Lively with a screen on Doncic. Dinwiddie outside. 4 on the clock. Here's Davis. From the top of the key, he buries it.
Boy, that jump shot of Anthony Davis continues to evolve. Looking better and better every time I see it.
Reeves against Thompson. Screen by James. With the teardrop. Shot is good by Reeves. Reeves has gotten his second bucket on the night.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
And so Jason Kidd calls for the timeout. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. Christie's checked in for Washington. Finney Smith's checked in for Los Angeles. And looking at the second half of this season, here are the guys who have owned the offensive end. These are the top scorers in the game since the All-Star break. Luka Doncic fourth.
You have to appreciate scorers who turn it on down the stretch. He's given them points in crucial games.
Doncic against Dinwiddie. Thompson outside. Dinwiddie against Doncic. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Christie. Here's Lively. Another shot. And he tries it off the glass, but it's no good. The Lakers in the lead. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Earlier, I spoke with Jason Kidd. We talked about how exhausting it is to go up against Luka Doncic. Coach told me, quote, Luka's probably the toughest cover in the league because no one has been able to figure out a way to stop him. We have to just bring the intensity and do our best to slow him down. It's going to take a team effort to get that done. Back to you, VA.
Appreciate the report, Allie. And if you're looking for identifiable team mascots, Clark, some say the Mavericks champ, the horse, is near the top of the list.
Yeah, he does get after it. Also, the Mavs man. Dallas is rolling out a couple of iconic figures to keep that crowd on fire.
Out of bounds, it'll be Mavericks ball. So for Dallas, Gafford, he's checked in for Lively. Marshall comes in for Anthony Davis. And Williams is subbed in for Dinwiddie. Connects checked in for the Lakers. 1:49 left to play in the first. Here's Williams. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Thompson passes to Marshall. Back to Thompson. Fires the three. Again, the miss by Dallas. And Doncic has got the ball here for the Los Angeles Lakers. They trail by 1. Last time they met in Los Angeles.
Yeah, they destroyed this team on the glass in the last meeting.
Clearly, that was the overriding factor. A double-digit advantage on the board. They just pounded them inside.
Nice shot by Finney Smith.
Finney Smith a threat both under the basket and way out beyond the arc. He's got great range.
Pass to Marshall. Thompson outside. Outside, Williams lets it go from deep. The Lakers with a rebound. Last game matched up with the Thunder. Tough loss there.
Just a tough road loss. You're going against players who are comfortable shooting in their own building. You have to find a way to disrupt their focus.
Yeah, and it's not easy to do. Much easier said than done, but they're capable of making it happen. It just comes down, I think, to will and desire.
And so it's Dallas with it, following the score by Los Angeles. And here's Thompson for 3. Gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
I really believe we can go ahead now and lock Klay Thompson in on the short list of the greatest pull-up shooters in the NBA. And we might be talking the all-time list here.
Doncic shot is good.
And now almost all their points coming from the paint.
Thompson outside. Beyond the arc. No luck on that one. Well, a good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. It's Los Angeles up by 3. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Lakers.
Well, great play down low. I mean, you expect the defense to adjust, collapse maybe, but that should open up things on the perimeter later in the game.
Cultivating a lot of assists right now, which is beautiful to see. Love the way they're working that ball around.
Los Angeles leading by 3. And so in the game for the Lakers, they've got Dorian Finney-Smith, Jared Vanderbilt out there with Connect. Then it's Gabe Vincent, and it's Reeves in at the 2.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
Washington outside. Gafford with a screen on Vanderbilt. Washington passes to Williams. Clock at 6. With the drive, Dallas needs to get off a shot. Marshall can't hit. Here are the Lakers with the ball. It's a three-point game. Vincent passes to Reeves. Here's Connect. Outside Vanderbilt. The Lakers got to get one up. Late clock. Gafford with the block. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Gafford. Quarter number 2 and about a minute in. And they'll turn it over. Couldn't get the shot off. A shot clock violation. And the fans love seeing incredible moments on defense like that block.
Yeah, obviously he had the shot well anticipated, able to shut it down with authority.
Mavericks trail by 3. Pass to Gafford. Here's Christie. He's covered by Reeves. Washington, a screen on Reeves. Inside. And Washington powers it through.
Really good control that time by Washington. Embraced the physical contact and then worked his way through it.
Well, Grant, you played on some very tight-knit teams. Talk to us about chemistry.
Well, B.A., you know, in some sports, chemistry is not a big issue. But in basketball, it is huge. You have to trust and believe in your teammates, and it has to be a unit, not 5 separate individuals.
And it's tied up with that one.
A dependable stretch for Washington is also somebody who continues to look to improve every year in the league.
Now here's Vincent. No points so far. Hachimura. Nice dish, and the layup goes down.
Getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
And for the Mavericks, they're shooting about 43% on this one. Here's Williams. Uses the glass on the layup. Now Vincent. And right now he's currently putting up 6.5 points per game. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Outside Reeves. Down low. Here's Hachimura. Washington grabs the miss. For Dallas, they've got 2 of 3 shots to go in the second. Grant, how about that in-season tournament win for the Lakers in 2024?
Yeah, honestly, it just makes sense that the first of those trophies would land with a historic franchise like the Lakers. You're leaving him all alone? Good luck. He's going to drill that every time.
Reeves finds Hachimura. Reeves with a screen on Washington. Here's Hachimura. And Gafford with the block. And so it looks like the Lakers will retain possession here. And we've got a timeout called by J.J. Redick. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. And the Mavericks with some changes. Lively, he's checked in for Gafford. Anthony Davis comes in for Washington. And it's Hardy in for Christie. James is checked in for the Lakers. Luka Doncic comes in for Vincent. Here in quarter two, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Here's Reeves, 5 to shoot. Solid as a rock from 20 feet out. Reeves has gotten his 3rd basket of the night.
I love when Reeves has the ball in his hands. He's crafty, and he always seems to make things happen.
From undrafted to closing games with LeBron and AD, Austin Reeves, what a story. Oh, AD, an easy target on the lob.
Boy, there's not a better target in all of the NBA than Davis for the alley-oop.
James outside. Back to Doncic. To the middle. James, a freight train coming.
James doing his thing in close to the hoop. Good work there.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Pass to Davis. And Dallas hits again from deep.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
Lakers trail by 4. James passes to Hachimura. Now here is James. Coming off a 28-point game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City.
And he also dominated the glass out there. He hit the boards hard and often.
Davis, the pass to Williams. And it's going to be a 3-second call. And let's look now at the shooting guards who've been most effective with their defense this past month. In the 3rd spot, Austin Reeves.
Yeah, and this is a group that really appreciates effective ball movement. They can create for themselves or anyone else on the floor.
Yeah, I think you've got to attribute it to the unselfish attitude that each of them has. I mean, sure, they're going to attack and make sure they get their points, but they get just as much satisfaction in racking up assists, too.
Vanderbilt's checked in for the Lakers. Goodwin comes in for Reeves. In 2024, Luka Doncic recorded 6 consecutive 30-point triple-double games.
That's right, B.A. The first time anyone has done it in NBA history. So if you didn't already believe in Luka magic, well, there's some proof that the magic is real.
First free throw is good. Well, last season we saw Luka Doncic score 73 points, tied for 4th most in NBA history, Clark.
B.A., he is so special, and the thing about the 73 he got, it was the most efficient 70-point game in league history. And with how offense-heavy the league is going, I wouldn't put it past him to go north of Kobe Bryant's mark of 81 at some point. He's got that kind of ability.
All right, Grant, coming down to the final few games now. This playoff push sure will be interesting.
Oh, no doubt. And I'm looking forward to it, B.A. The teams trying to make the playoffs will be going all out. And that kind of intensity in these games will be fun to watch.
And once again, off the mark by Los Angeles. Washington outside. 1:14 left in the second. Doncic outside. Pass to Goodwin. There's a screen. Back to Doncic. James against Washington. The shot by James, no good. And Davis has got the ball here for the Mavs. They couldn't put the pieces together last time out, losing to the Clippers.
Defensively, they weren't up to the task. Didn't play as a cohesive unit, and it really hurt them.
And, you know, that's all about effort, and I'm sure their coach let them have it for the lack thereof.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Guys, he's slightly fallen off his pace from a year ago at the line, and those points from the stripe have been a little harder to come by. Shoot 2.
And he drops the first.
In many ways, Anthony Davis is the epitome of a two-way threat. He can be just dominating on both sides of the ball with his physicality.
Hayes is checked in for Los Angeles. Reeves comes in for Goodwin. Both free throws good from Davis. 29 seconds left in the first half of this one. Pass to Hayes. James deciding where to go with it. Shoots over Davis. And that one's good. James has gotten 4 this quarter.
He's turned it on here in the second quarter, getting his offensive game on track.
Thompson with a screen. Now Davis. Off target on the 15-footer. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Dallas on top. They lead by 2. Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
I'm here with P.J. Washington. P.J., what will be the key for you guys defensively in the second half?
Not letting them get easy routes to the basket and contesting their shots, rebounding, and not letting them get second chance points.
Comes back to the fundamentals, guys.
All right, Allie, thanks for that. We will see everyone right back after this break, ready for the second half.
Hello, basketball fans. Anthony Davis has been the story of this game so far. An incredible start.
Excellent first half, scoring the ball, doing it efficiently. Dare I say, like one Shaquille O'Neal.
Well, of course, you shot a high percentage, Jack. All you did was just catch the ball and dunk it. Maybe a 3-foot jump hook. Maybe. No, you did a lot of other things. Okay, I'll let it go.
Okay, guys, now let's see what the fans are buzzing about over on social media. Let's see, Ultra fan Latoya wants to know, could Ernie currently score on either Shaq or Kenny? Wow.
Well, I've really never seen you ball lately, Ernie, or even
at all.
I don't think I've ever seen you ball, so I'm not sure. I would imagine that your jump shot is pretty prevalent because I've seen you shoot in the studio. But getting around me, never.
You're talking too much. Don't even try it, Ernie. I'll pound you like a... Never mind.
I have full confidence in my ability. Thanks, as always, for watching. Let's head back to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the second half.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You got to like what Anthony Davis has done in this game.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
And if you're just joining us, we played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. They've got Spencer Dinwiddie. Anthony Davis is out there with Derek Lively. Then it's Washington, and it's Thompson in at the shooting guard position. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. Clark Hachimura has always been a monster with his strength. He knows how to use his frame.
He sure does, and he has an ample frame, B.A., and working out with LeBron during the summer and training certainly hasn't hurt him in that regard. He knows how to use his body, but he's also become a pretty reliable three-point shooter and all-around scorer.
Free throw good, Hachimura. And when you look at the Lakers, a lot has happened since their championship run in 2020, Clark.
Yeah, it really has, B.A., and I think some of it you have to attribute it to a significant amount of roster turnover. And then you pair that with coaching changes. One of the keys to being successful in anything and at any level and in the NBA, stability, continuity. You've got to have it with your executive management team, coaches, and players. And they've not had that, so the consistency has been hard to find.
Dinwiddie against Doncic. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
Dinwiddie's so good at figuring out ways to get the defense to foul him. You just can't be careless defensively when you're guarding Dinwiddie.
first one falls.
The versatility of Dinwiddie. Boy, he drives it, passes it, and he can shoulder the scoring load when you need him to.
And both free throws good for Dinwiddie. Lakers trail by 3. Doncic outside. Hachimura with a screen on Dinwiddie. Doncic on the wing. He's covered by Dinwiddie. Shot clock at 6. Doncic throwing his weight around.
Nice work from Doncic, doing a good job finding a way to get it done inside.
Mavericks shooting about 48% from the floor. Pretty good. Dinwiddie passes to Davis. It's rebounded by Los Angeles.
Well, that's a good player missing from point-blank range. That's one you got to convert.
Reeves, the pass to James. Reeves with a screen on Washington. James inside. He's guarded by Washington. And here's Reeves outside. Sends it home from three-point land. Reeves has got 9.
Shooting from a rock-solid base. That gives Austin just the added range he was looking for.
And so Jason Kidd calls for the timeout. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for Anthony Davis.
And for an idea of where his offense is right now, take a look at his true shooting percentage decreasing over the last 5 games. He desperately needs to find his stroke tonight.
Two minutes into the second half of play now. Lively finds Washington. On the wing, Thompson. It's stolen by Doncic. For the finish. Ooh, lots of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws will follow that whistle.
Look, I know he runs the point, but boy, can Doncic go to work inside.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
And in their last game, he really distinguished himself at the free throw line.
Matter of fact, a lot of his points came from the stripe. He was feeling it. Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good.
One of the things that's really impressive about Luka Doncic is his continued growth. I mean, season to season, you see this guy working on himself, working on his mind, how he thinks the game and his body, and becoming a better athlete. That spells trouble for the league.
Doncic hits them both.
Luka Doncic is a superstar in this league, and he continues to build on what is going to be some kind of resume when it's all said and done. Has every tool that you need to have to be an MVP one day.
Los Angeles leading by 4. Will Clark, the first 9 years of his career, he played mostly power forward. But over the last 3, Anthony Davis playing a lot of center.
And I think his game has become more focused on staying in the paint, which is where he's dominant. He's added tons of strength over the years. He's using that to his advantage. He's always been one of the special players in the league, in my opinion. And he's still one of the top 15 guys in the league for sure. Clearly out of sync to begin this half. 0 for their first 3 attempts.
Jacks up a 3. Doncic, count it.
Wow, their opponent is doing a tremendous job spacing the floor.
Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
And we've got a timeout from Jason Kidd. He wants to give him a breather and talk the... A different look for Dallas. Christie comes in for Davis. And Williams is subbed in for Dinwiddie. And the Lakers also making a switch. Finney-Smith checked in for Hachimura. Washington up top. Thompson outside. To get back on track. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
Man, you can't teach the toughness that Thompson plays with. He simply refuses to back down.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
You know, he's been one of those players they've wanted on the line as much as possible this season, especially in close games, guys.
And the free throw, no good.
A taller guard with a quick trigger, Klay Thompson, is also an impressive perimeter defender and playmaker.
Back to Finney-Smith. To the inside. Outside Reeves. 6 on the shot clock. Screen by James. Let's go with a 3. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Washington's got 4 rebounds now. Oh, they get a hand on it. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by James. And now let's take a look at the small forwards with the highest shooting percentages for the season. LeBron James, number 1.
And we've seen how efficient he's been scoring the ball. Not just gunning for threes, but also working it inside.
And that inside-outside game, I like to call it reversible clothing. It makes him the most accurate shooter among NBA small forwards.
Marshall, he's checked in for Washington. And so it's Dallas with it, trailing by 5. And stolen by Hayes. Pass to Reeves. Lively grabs the miss. Lively's got 5 rebounds tonight. Marshall passes to Williams. Back to Marshall. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Williams from long range. LeBron with the rebound. And so James will bring it up for the Lakers. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half.
He's been a steady presence for them. Nice to have that kind of safety net at the offensive end.
We've got 1:13 left in the third. Thompson outside. Oh, and Klay makes that 3 look so easy.
Well, that's exactly the guy you want to set up. I mean, Klay Thompson feels like every shot he takes is going in.
Here's Doncic. Nails it. He's now 6 for 8 from the floor.
Such a graceful move, showing off the floater game.
Doncic against Williams. Pass to Marshall. Thompson scanning the floor. Over Reeves. The kick out to Williams. There's a screen by Marshall. Second chance shot. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. That one on Doncic. Dallas shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts of the game. Free throw drops for Williams. And the Mavericks with some changes. Gafford, he's checked in for Lively. And it's Martin in for Klay Thompson. And Williams drops them both.
Two-part equation. You have to be aggressive enough to get to the line, then talented enough to sink them.
Now here's Reeves. The D's right on him. There's the 3. That one doesn't drop. Oh, what a performance by Luka Doncic. He has been the story for Los Angeles. 11 points in the quarter. He's on fire. And more NBA action on 2K Sports. Coming your way right after this. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. On the court for the Lakers to start the fourth. At the forward slots, it's LeBron and Hachimura. Connect is out there with Gabe Vincent, and it's Finney-Smith in at the 5 down low. James, right side. Pass to Finney-Smith. James, outside. There's the strength of the King.
How many times have we seen that? I mean, LeBron going right through and into the defense and finds a way to power through the contact as if he hasn't even been hit.
And it's Gafford missing. Los Angeles leading by 6. James, left side. All sorts of time. And he wills that one in, sinking it right through the back of the iron.
And when it comes to the three, they've been really dialed in here in the second half.
Yeah, you got that right. I mean, you got it real right. They are lighting it up from beyond the arc this half.
Launches a 3. Marshall can't hit.
And, you know, the defense to me looked like they were okay to let him prove he could make that shot.
Here's Hachimura. The shot's good on the assist by James.
You know, they're really being bullied right now defensively. 8 of the last 10 points have come from the inside.
Sometimes you just got to man up and take a tough foul in order to stop these free runs to the rim.
And we've got a timeout from Jason Kidd, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan. Anthony Davis, he's checked in for Dallas. Williams comes in for Marshall. And the Lakers also making a switch. Hayes is checked in. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Jason Kidd had some words for his team over the break. Coach wanted his guys to ignore the scoreboard. He said, don't even look at the numbers. Just take it possession by possession, make every chance count, and we'll see where we stand at the end of this game. Back to you guys.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. Williams passes to Davis. Back to Williams. Shoots inside. Nice touch on the bank shot. Hardy's got his first bucket in this one.
Cashing in on the interior, making it look all too easy.
James passes to Hachimura. Hayes with it. He's guarded by Gafford. It's James on the wing. Double team on James. Hachimura outside. Releases from 15. Benson can't hit.
Well, you know he wants that one back. I mean, more often than not, he'll sink that mid-range jumper.
A tough finish inside from Davis.
His ability to dominate games is what makes Anthony Davis a top-tier player.
Vincent outside. Out to James. Fires the 3. Sinks the tray.
And they keep attacking from the three-point range here in the second half.
Yeah, I have no problem with that. As a matter of fact, I hate to see teams get conservative with the lead. As long as they're good shots, take them. And as long as they're falling, continue to take them.
Davis against Hachimura. From downtown. Oh, Anthony Davis reigns in the 3.
1 triple for him in the first half. Now he's hit another.
And so J.J. Redick calls for the timeout. He was quite emphatic, demanding the timeout, clearly wanting to address strategy with his team. A big group substitution here for Dallas. Lively, he's checked in for Gafford. Washington comes in for Christie. Thompson, he's checked in for Hardy. And Spencer Dinwiddie is subbed in for Williams. Austin Reeves is checked in for the Lakers. Doncic comes in for Vincent. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've played about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Doncic outside. And again, the Lakers no good. Mavericks trail by 6. Pass to Dinwiddie. There's the drive. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. That one on Doncic.
Defense tries to stop Dinwiddie on the drive, but he doubles down and is able to draw the foul.
All right, a look at how the hustle game has been going for Los Angeles.
Really a great job in this one, forcing the issue defensively. Great quickness and discipline combined, making ball handlers very uncomfortable.
And we also got to talk about the number of points they've scored in transition, just jumping all over the opposition in this regard.
And the second free throw is good.
And every season, Dinwiddie just seems to get better, wanting to take on more and more responsibility. You have to appreciate his work ethic.
Pass to Doncic. Reeves with the ball. To the paint. Out to James. Hayes. Lively grabs the miss. Lively's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Dinwiddie against Doncic. Here's Davis. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
You look at AD and you know he's taking his share of contact. Quite honestly, that just comes with the territory when you're a dominant offensive player like him.
So the first one drops, and that shrinks the margin to just 4.
When you talk about two-way impact on a game, AD might be the top guy in the league. I mean, when he's healthy, he's a menace on defense with that length and timing, and offensively, he can carry a team.
He's off on the free throw, unable to get the second one to drop.
Just a tough miss at the line. They're down 2 baskets now.
And there's 1:45 left in the final quarter. Reeves against Thompson. Outside Reeves. And Davis with the block.
If you don't know exactly where Davis is, he's going to deny your shot, so you got to be aware of his presence. Fantastic to see Klay Thompson deliver when his team needs a basket most.
Stolen by Dinwiddie. And now the Mavs on the run. AD doing what he does.
AD staring them down and letting them know this ain't over yet.
For Los Angeles, they've got 4 of 8 shots to drop here in this final quarter. And there's the lob. And out of bounds, the Mavericks will take it.
Huge turnover there, and at a bad time, too. You have to value every possession.
And you got to be in awe of incredible defensive efforts like this.
Close games often come down to who makes the big plays on defense. And that is one heck of a rejection right there.
54 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Inside. Washington outside. Lively against Hayes. 5 on the clock. Fades away. Count it!
Watch out. Anthony Davis has caught fire.
32 seconds left in the fourth. And we've got a timeout called by J.J. Redick. And Coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the TO. What's the best strategy for him?
A chance to tie it up here.
A critical possession, no doubt. We'll see what they draw up.
There's 25 seconds left in the game. And here's Doncic outside. Oh, he drained it from downtown.
Talk about stepping up in a big way.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
And we've got a timeout from Jason Kidd. There is a lot on the line, and he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page. All right, guys, how do you see him managing the next possession?
It's always interesting to see what play a coach has saved for a situation like this.
And we call those ATOs, or plays run after a timeout. They often make the difference in the game.
Pass to Davis. Over James. Missed it!
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Getting a little desperate at this stage. I mean, the clock's the big factor.
That's a good foul, though. I like that. I mean, clock management crucial at this time of the game.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. Good on the first, and that'll put him up 2. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. And here's Davis. Lively with a screen on James. Oh, the all-or-nothing shot attempt falls offline. So it's a narrow victory for the Lakers, pulling it out for the W. And this was an emotional win for them, no doubt about it.
Just a fantastic accomplishment. You love how they just diffuse the energy in this arena.
All right, Allie's ready to go. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
LeBron, you faced a team with some firepower. What do you credit this win to?
Man, that's a team who makes runs, and they just kept knocking down threes, kept matching us. We was trying to get some heavy hands on them, but they do a great job of pushing the pace. You got to get timely stops. You got to make timely shots.
The key is to make the last run, and you guys did. Congrats. Thanks.
Allie, thank you as always. And that about does it for the final game of the NBA regular season. For Clark Kellogg, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching. And now let's take a look at our player of the game, Luka Doncic.